The Eastern Conference leading Cleveland Cavaliers pulled off a big move early Friday, bringing in forward DeAndre Hunter from the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for 2 players and a package of draft assets. Just before the 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time trade deadline, the Cavs locked in the deal, sending Caris LeVert and Georges Niang to Atlanta, along with future second-round picks, and picked the thing that he needed. Meanwhile, the Hawks were also busy making moves, finalizing a trade with Houston late Thursday. They reacquired the draft rights to Alpha Kaba, sending Cody Zeller and a 2028 second-round pick to the Rockets. Hunter has been a game-changer for the Hawks, putting up an impressive 19 points per game this season. He's leading all NBA bench players in scoring, the highest average for a reserve since Lou Williams dropped 21.0 per game in 2017-18. Hunter has hit 20 or more points off the bench 18 times this season, more than any other reserve. He also tops the charts in free throws made, sinking 137 so far. That impressive. Do you like the content? Tap subscribe and let's keep going. On January 27th, he went off for a career-high 35 points against Minnesota, matching the NBA's season high for bench scoring in a single game. His consistency has been nothing short of incredible, scoring 15 or more points in 16 straight games from November 27th to January 1st. That streak ranks as the 11th longest in NBA history for a reserve hitting 15-plus points in consecutive games. He has made a name for himself as a key player over his 6-year NBA career, suiting up for 300 regular season games, including 241 starts with Atlanta. He's been a reliable scorer, averaging 14.8 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 30.5 minutes per game while shooting 44.9% from the field, 36.8% from beyond the arc, and 81.9% from the free throw line in his whole career. The number 4 pick in the 2019 NBA draft has also stepped up in the playoffs, playing in 16 postseason games and averaging 16.3 points and 4.6 rebounds in 34.3 minutes per contest. His three-point shooting has been on point in the postseason, knocking down 40.0% of his attempts. Hunter was a game-changer off the bench, making him one of the league's most dependable scorers. With his knack for creating his shot, drawing fouls, and scoring efficiently, he was a huge asset for the Hawks. Meanwhile, LeVert, who has been moving to Hawks, is a steady contributor for Cleveland this season, delivering 10.2 points and 3.7 assists in 23.8 minutes per game. As for Niang, the 6'7" forward with nearly a decade of NBA experience is now heading to Atlanta after more than a season in Cleveland. He's put up 8.7 points and 3.7 rebounds across 51 games this season. For Cleveland, this trade fills a major need, strengthening their rotation as they gear up for a playoff push. On the other hand, Atlanta gained a steady playmaker in LeVert and added frontcourt depth with Niang, giving them more flexibility for the rest of the season. A win-win for both squads. Here's the deal. This move helps the Cavaliers on the court and clears them from the $2 million luxury tax. Avoiding the tax saves money now and ensures future flexibility. With big extensions for Mitchell, Mobley, and Allen coming, keeping finances clean allows the front office to retain the core while staying competitive. The Cavaliers leaned hard on an injured Dean Wade in the first half of the season, and it showed. More than half of their 10 losses came with Wade sidelined, exposing a glaring need for more size and toughness on the perimeter. That weakness put pressure on the team to find a fix before the trade deadline. Sitting atop the Eastern Conference with an NBA best 41 wins, Cleveland had its sights set on a deep playoff run. Back in mid-January, The Athletic's Joe Varden reported that the Cavs were actively searching for ways to shore up their perimeter defense, especially after struggling against teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder. The issue was clear. 6'2" Darius Garland and 6'3" Donovan Mitchell were taking on a heavy defensive load in key matchups. The Cavs brought in DeAndre Hunter to address their issues, adding a defensive-minded wing who can guard multiple positions. On paper, he seems like a perfect fit, but his real impact hinges on whether he can stay on the court. Hunter has struggled with availability, playing 60 or more games in just 2 of his 6 NBA seasons, and he's already missed time this year due to right knee injury management. If he can stay in the lineup though, he could be a game-changer off the bench as Cleveland aims for the top of the conference. His physical perimeter defense is exactly what the Cavs have reportedly been searching for. A healthy Hunter could be a huge asset, but his durability remains a big question mark, making this a high-risk, high-reward move for Cleveland. One more thing. The Hawks had extra reason to be interested in Caris LeVert since his expiring contract comes with a $16.6 million cap hit this season. Meanwhile, DeAndre Hunter is locked in at $21.7 million, $23.3 million, and $24.9 million over the next 3 years. For Cleveland, this move isn't just about adding a reliable player, it also brings some financial stability. Plus, they managed to stay under the luxury tax for another season, making it a win both on and off the court. The Cleveland Cavaliers are set to take on the Washington Wizards on Friday night at Capital One Arena, and all eyes are on DeAndre Hunter as he makes his much-anticipated debut with his new squad after a major trade deadline move. Fans and analysts are eager to see how he fits into Cleveland's lineup and what kind of immediate impact he can make. Experts at Dimers have run 10,000 game simulations to break down Hunter's potential role alongside his new teammates. His defensive versatility will be a huge asset, especially against Washington's offensive weapons. With Hunter able to guard multiple positions, guys like Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen can lock in on rim protection. On the offensive end, his ability to hit threes and make smart cuts to the basket should blend seamlessly with the playmaking of Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. Hunter's fit with his new teammates is a storyline worth watching. His defensive instincts match Cleveland's style perfectly, and his ability to stretch the floor adds another layer to the offense. If he builds chemistry with the core group quickly, the Cavaliers could be even more dangerous in both transition and half-court play. His debut will be the first real test of how well he blends in. Getting Hunter just opens up a lot more lineup flexibility for the Cavaliers. He is a potential closer alongside the four core players, and in moments in which they need shooting, he'll be a clear candidate. But the more immediate benefit here is that he can play either forward position. While Wade can play power forward, he's also an essential perimeter defender. Being able to slide Hunter in at power forward next to one of the big men or small forward with both of them is a pretty useful bit of optionality. Ultimately, this trade sets the Cavaliers up to either ride the hot hand or make decisions based on matchups in the playoffs. Wade, Hunter, Okoro, Strus, and even Jerome are all viable closers in the right situations, and now Atkinson has a variety of different types of perimeter players to choose from based on what postseason opponents present him with. To get a player like Hunter without sacrificing a first-round pick or an essential part of the rotation is an obvious win for them. Is DeAndre Hunter the missing piece for the Cavs? Cleveland's bold move before the trade deadline could be a game-changer for their playoff run. With Hunter's defensive versatility and scoring ability, the Cavs are stacking up for a deep push. What are your thoughts on this trade? Drop your take in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates on the Cavs and the NBA.